Vipassana. It felt like two hot knives were stabbing me in the back, right into my kidneys. It was a burning pain, unavoidable. As my mind scanned this area of my back, it imagined two white-hot spots searing through my flesh. My knees also burned. My ankles burned. My feet were numb with a dull ache. But my back was the worst. I felt a wave of panic, butterflies in my stomach, and a tremendous urge to get up and run away. I gulped, refocused my mind on the sensations in my body, and remained still. I tried to follow the advisor's instructions. Don't flee from the pain. Go deeply into it. My mind concentrated on the burning kidneys. I tried to observe the pain dispassionately. What was it exactly? What is pain? What exactly did it feel? How large was the painful area? How deep? As I delved into the pain, an amazing thing happened. The panic and fear drained away. My body heaved suddenly with a long, slow, very deep breath. As I exhaled, I felt a deep sense of calm wash through me. A natural, unforced smile crept onto my face. My mind remained focused, and suddenly the intense pain didn't seem painful. I noticed that the pain was, in fact, an area of more intense vibration, but I was no longer experiencing it as something to escape or avoid. That was the moment I broke through. At the end of the 8th day of a 10-day Vipassana meditation course. Vipassana is a form of meditation, sometimes translated to English as insight meditation. It consists of a deep and systematic observation of one's mind and body. Vipassana has many variants and is taught by many different meditation schools, teachers, and groups. The course I took followed the methods of S.N. Goenka. Goenka learned Vipassana in Burma and was so amazed by the transformations it caused in his life, he wanted to teach others. After some time, Goenka developed a 10-day course. The course is very intense. Participants do not speak during the course, and they meditate from 4 a.m. to 9 p.m. with only short breaks. The focus of the course is on the direct experience and practice of meditation rather than theory or philosophy. Another unique aspect of the course is that it is free. At the end of the course, participants may give a donation if they wish to help others do the course, but this is voluntary and there is no coercion. When I finished the course, I felt a powerful sense of calm. I felt centered. My mind was clearer than it had ever been. The course was one of the most powerful experiences I've ever had in my life, and one of the most positive. Unfortunately, that was almost 3.5 years ago. Initially, I continued to meditate after the course, but slowly I got out of the practice. It's been quite a while now. As a result, I feel my mind and emotions have grown volatile and unstable again, which, lately, has gotten me thinking about Vipassana. There are Vipassana courses in centers all over the world, so it would be easy to find one. To learn more, go to www.dhamma.org. That's DHAMMA.org. Okay, it's time for the mini story lesson for the Vipassana article vocabulary. Let's get started. We're going to practice a few words and phrases. Number 1 is butterflies in her stomach, or butterflies in your stomach, or my stomach. Butterflies in the stomach means nervous. If you say, I have butterflies in my stomach, it means you are nervous. Centered is our next word. To feel centered, using it as an emotion, a feeling. To feel centered means you feel very calm. Dispassionate. Dispassionate means you do not feel emotion. It's an adjective. If you are dispassionate, you feel no strong emotions. You're very, very calm. No emotions, no upset, nothing. Sear or searing, to sear is a verb. It means to burn. Coerce. Coerce means to force, to make someone do something. Okay? To creep. using it as a verb. To creep means to walk very quietly or secretly. Past tense is crept. All right. To heave. To heave means to throw. Usually throw something very heavy. And that's it, I guess. I think that's all of our vocabulary for this story. Let's start the story. First, I'll read the story at a normal rate. Neko had butterflies in her stomach. She tried to calm down. She wanted to feel centered, but she couldn't calm down. Neko the cat was hungry. Inu, a large dog, was guarding the kitchen. Neko could smell the food. She tried to be dispassionate, but the smell made her even hungrier. It felt like something was searing her stomach. She knew she couldn't coerce the dog and make him leave. She had to creep into the kitchen without being seen. And so she crept. She saw a plate of stinky fish in an open cabinet. But then Inu the dog saw her. The dog barked "Ruff!" and ran towards her. Neko the cat ran, then heaved herself into the cabinet. When she knew she was safe, she smiled and delved into the plate of fish. She ate it all, 15 kilos of fish. Okay, let's do it again. This time I will ask simple questions and I'll pause a little bit for you to answer them. Okay. Neko the cat had butterflies in her stomach. Was Neko nervous? Yes, she was. She was nervous. She had butterflies in her stomach. Did she have cats in her stomach? No, she didn't. She didn't have cats in her stomach. Did she have birds in her stomach? No, she didn't have birds in her stomach. What did she have in her stomach? Well, we say she had butterflies in her stomach. Did she really have butterflies in her stomach? No, she didn't really have butterflies in her stomach. That means only she felt nervous. Neko felt nervous. So was Neko calm? No, Neko was not calm. Neko had butterflies in her stomach. So she tried to calm down. She wanted to feel centered. Did she want to feel nervous? No, she did not want to feel nervous. Did she want to feel calm? Yes, she wanted to feel calm. She wanted to feel centered. Did Neko feel centered? No, Neko didn't feel centered. She wanted to feel centered, but she did not feel centered. Could she calm down? No, she could not calm down. She could not calm down. She could not feel centered. She felt too nervous. Okay, why did she feel nervous? Why was she not centered? She was not centered because she was hungry. Okay, Inu, a large dog, was guarding the kitchen, protecting the kitchen, watching the kitchen. Neko the cat could smell the food. She tried to be dispassionate. Did Neko try to be calm? Well, yeah. Did she try to be upset? Well, no, of course not. She didn't try to be upset. What did she try to do? Well, she tried to be dispassionate. She tried not to have any strong feelings. She tried not to be upset. She tried not to be emotional. She tried to be dispassionate. Did she feel dispassionate? No, she did not feel dispassionate. She was very hungry. She was very upset. She wanted to feel dispassionate. She tried to feel dispassionate, but she really did not feel dispassionate. She was upset. She was hungry. Okay, why was she so hungry? Well, because she could smell some food in the kitchen, some fish. It made her even more hungry. How did her stomach feel? Well, it felt like something was searing her stomach. Did it feel like something was searing her stomach? Yes, it did. It felt like something was searing her stomach. Did it feel like something was burning her stomach? Yes, it did. It felt like something was burning her stomach. Something was searing her stomach. Did it feel like something was searing her arm? No, it did not feel like something was searing her arm. Did it feel like something was searing her leg? No, it did not feel like something was searing her leg. Where did she feel a searing, a burning? Well, it felt like something was searing her stomach, like burning her stomach. Neko knew she couldn't coerce the dog. Could she force the dog to leave? No, she could not force the dog to leave. She's too small. She could not coerce the dog. Could she persuade the dog? No, she couldn't persuade him. She couldn't coerce him with words either. Did she need to coerce another cat? No, she didn't need to coerce another cat. She needed to coerce the dog. But she couldn't coerce the dog. So what did she need to do? Well, she needed to creep into the kitchen. Did she need to walk quietly into the kitchen? Yes, she did. She needs to walk quietly. Did she need to make some noise in the kitchen? No. She needs to creep into the kitchen very quietly. Did she need to creep into the living room? No, she didn't need to creep into the living room. Where did she need to creep into? Well, she needed to creep into the kitchen, right? Go quietly, secretly into the kitchen. And so she crept, past tense, she crept into the kitchen. She saw a plate of big stinky fish, smelly fish, in an open cabinet. But then Inu the dog saw her. The dog barked, ruff, and ran towards her. Neko ran too. She jumped up, and then she heaved herself into the cabinet. Did she throw herself into the cabinet? Yes, she did. She threw herself into the cabinet. She heaved herself into the cabinet. Did she heave a rock into the cabinet? No, she didn't heave a rock into a cabinet. She heaved herself into a cabinet. Did she heave herself into the dishwasher? Well, no. She didn't heave herself into the dishwasher. She heaved herself into the cabinet. Where did she heave herself? She heaved herself into the cabinet. And she made it. She was successful. She jumped into the cabinet. She heaved herself into the cabinet, and the dog could not catch her. When she knew she was safe, Neko-chan smiled. And then she delved into the plate of fish. Did she eat carefully? No, she didn't eat carefully. She delved into the plate of fish. She went into the plate of fish very deep. Both paws, both hands, grabbing all the fish. She delved into the fish. Did she delve into a chocolate cake? No, she didn't delve into a chocolate cake. Did she delve into an apple pie? No, she didn't delve into an apple pie. Did she delve into studying English? No, definitely not. She already speaks English. She did not delve into studying English. What did she delve into? Well, Neko delved into the plate of fish. In fact, she ate all of the fish, and she ate 15 kilos of fish. 15 kilos of fish. She delved into all of it. She ate it all. Okay, one more time. I'm going to repeat all of it, but I'm going to pause after some phrases, and I want you just to repeat the phrase, okay? So I'll say a phrase, for example, butterflies in her stomach. Then I will pause and wait. You should copy my phrase. You should say, butterflies in her stomach. And then I'll repeat it again. Try to copy my pronunciation, my tone, and my rhythm, everything. Okay. Neko-chan had butterflies in her stomach. Neko-chan had butterflies in her stomach. She tried to calm down. She wanted to feel centered. She wanted to feel centered. But she couldn't calm down. A large dog, Inu, was guarding the kitchen. A large dog, Inu, was guarding the kitchen. Neko could smell the food. She tried to be dispassionate, but the smell made her hungry. She tried to be dispassionate. She tried to be dispassionate. It felt like something was searing her stomach. It felt like something was searing her stomach. She knew she couldn't coerce the dog. She knew she couldn't coerce the dog. She had to creep into the kitchen. She had to creep into the kitchen. And so she crept. And so she crept. She saw a plate of stinky fish, and then the dog saw her and barked, "Ruff!" The dog ran towards her, and Neko ran towards the cabinet with the fish. Then she heaved herself into the cabinet. Then she heaved herself into the cabinet. When she knew she was safe, she smiled and she delved into the plate of fish. She delved into the plate of fish. She delved into the plate of fish. Okay, she ate it all and she got fat. All right. Now, finally, one more thing. I want you to stop. I want you to pause this and I want you to tell all of the story yourself. Say it out loud so you can hear it with your own ears. Tell this entire story, all of the story, and use the new vocabulary. If you can't remember every word, no problem. It's okay. This is not a memory test. I just want you to remember the key vocabulary. So try to tell the general story and try to use the vocabulary. If you have a lot of problems, just relax, listen again, listen 10 times, listen 100 times. It doesn't matter. Listen often and then try to tell it yourself. Okay, that's all. See you next time. Bye-bye. About 3 years ago, I did a Vipassana meditation course. It was a 10-day meditation course. I actually did it in Florida, in the United States. Vipassana it means insight meditation. It's a kind of meditation. I guess it's a Buddhist meditation, although there's not really a lot of religious teaching around it. You can be any religion and do Vipassana meditation. And it's basically a system, a way of examining, looking at your brain, your mind, and your body. So it's just paying attention, basically, to your mind and your body. In the article, I started off very dramatically describing this intense pain that I felt at one point in the meditation course I did. It's a very intensive course I did. It's 10 days, meditating all day. Very positive. But because of the way I am, my personality, I tend to do things very strongly sometimes too strongly. In fact, Pin, one of our members, sent me an email saying, "Oh my God, what were you doing? That's not real Vipassana. You shouldn't be, torturing yourself with pain." And of course, he's right. In fact, the Vipassana teacher at my course. I told him, "Oh, I'm in so much pain, but I'm trying not to move because I'm not supposed to move. I'm supposed to observe the pain." And at one point, my body's shaking because my back and my knees hurt so much. And he told me, "Oh, you need to relax." He's like, this is not a torture exercise, so please relax. And if you're in a lot of pain, move your body if you need to. So anyway, so that kind of intense pain is not the normal thing you need to experience at a Vipassana retreat. So I hope I didn't scare all of you away from Vipassana. It's actually very positive. And in fact, overall, my experience with the Vipassana course was very, very positive, especially after I talked to the instructor and realized I could relax and not be so intense with it. And at the end of the course, I felt that I had a lot greater awareness of myself, my own mind, and my own body. And I continued to meditate for quite a while after that, every day. But unfortunately, life intruded, and I got busier and busier, and I just started meditating less and less each day, until finally I just stopped doing it altogether. And it's now been, I suppose it's been a couple years since I regularly meditated every day. And it's really something you should do every day. It's kind of like running. I consider it a kind of mental exercise. You could think of it that way. You need to exercise your mind every day, just like you need to exercise your body. And with meditation, it's the same thing. You really need to do it daily so that you can experience, a deeper and deeper awareness. And it has various benefits. But anyway, and there are lots of different schools of meditation. Vipassana is only one. There are Tibetan styles of meditation. There are, there's endless number of kinds of meditation. And each one tends to appeal to different kinds of personalities, different kinds of people. But they all have similar benefits, I think, if done well. So anyway, I've started thinking about Vipassana lately because my life has been quite unbalanced. I've been so busy with my students here in San Francisco and the website, and I'm still doing a little bit with the linguist, just started up. Of course, just my general social life. I got to take care of my friends and Tomoe and lots of things to juggle, lots of things to balance, and not so easy sometimes. So I started thinking, Vipassana, I should really be doing Vipassana. It's very healthy for me. It's a very good practice, both at a very surface level. At a surface level, it helps you kind of stay calm and kind of keep your emotions from getting too crazy. And at a much deeper level, it is kind of a, I don't know if I want to say religious, but spiritual practice. So for all those reasons, I've been thinking about it again lately. I've also been thinking about running again. I used to run quite a bit. I used to train for marathons. I did a couple marathons, and I felt great when I did that. My body was very healthy. Again, I got really busy. I also moved to Bangkok, Thailand, which has a lot of air pollution, and I didn't enjoy running there. So for that reason, also for a couple years, I have not run. So I've been neglecting my mind and my body lately. That's why I decided to write this article about Vipassana, because I've been thinking about it. So anyway, in the article at the end, I give you a website you can check out if you're interested in meditation, and particularly Vipassana meditation. You go to www.dhamma, DHAMMA.org, and you can find more information about courses. They have Vipassana courses and Vipassana centers all over the world. Every inhabited continent has, I think, at least one, probably many. So anyway, check it out. It is quite positive, and it's not quite as torturous and painful as my article might imply. In general, one last issue here before I go. I've been thinking a lot about the issue of life balance, balancing the different things in our life. Everyone listening to this is trying to learn a language. You're trying to improve your English. For me, I'm trying to learn Spanish. Most of us also work. A lot of us have girlfriends, boyfriends, husbands, or wives. Some of you may have children. Of course, we have our bodies to take care of, physical exercise, eating well. We have a community of friends and extended family, such as our grandparents, uncles, aunts. So, how do we balance all those things? How do we find the time to take care of all of those things? And, some of you also, like me, may be starting your own programs or little businesses. You might be entrepreneurs. That adds yet another thing to balance and work on. So we have all these things we want to improve in our lives and keep going. And it's quite tough. You start focusing on your body and exercising, and you spend a lot of time doing that. And it's easy to maybe forget your relationships, or maybe your job suffers a little bit, or maybe your English learning suffers a little bit. So it's quite tricky, I think, to find the balance and find the time to do all of these things and to keep them all going and to be successful in all the different areas in our lives, all the aspects of our lives. I think we need to think about that a lot, and we need to constantly look at our lives and make sure we've got that balance, that we're not doing too much in one area and forgetting another area. We don't want to lose our girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife just to learn English. On the other hand, we do want to continue to keep learning and developing our mind. So we don't want that to suffer either.